a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. This all kicks off when Mom steals the plans to Vader's sick new Death Star. Everyone knows Grandpops is a reasonable guy. I'm sure he was totally fine with it. So while he's shooting up her little red Corvette and personally introducing himself to the entire crew, Princess Mom decides to stash the plans in some droids. She takes a quick selfie and then leaves them the hell out of there. Down on the planet's surface, the droids get captured by trash traders and then get sold to a whiny, complaining little bitch with a vintage Ellen hairstyle, or as he prefers to be called, Uncle Luke.
Hello.
Luke starts playing with his new droid, and no, that's not a euphemism, when the message from Mom pops up. She's like, feeling kinda rebellious, might delete later. Anyway, she sends Luke to chill with Crazy Ben in the desert. So Luke turns up at Ben's place, and he's like, "Did you know my father?" And Ben's like, "You mean the guy that definitely isn't Darth Vader?" Yep, great guy. And another thing, if you ever get the chance, you should totally make out with Princess Leia. That wouldn't be weird at all. So then, he tries to get Luke to go save the galaxy. But Luke's like, "Sorry dude, as long as my family aren't completely barbecued to a crisp, I'm staying right here." So anyway, that was Luke's last day in the moisture farming business. Stricken with profound grief, Luke tells Ben, and he offers these words of wisdom. "Dead relatives are really sad, but we should totally get wasted." So Crazy Ben takes Luke over to the cantina, or as he calls it, a wretched hive of scum and villainy. And guess which wretched villain they happen to come across? That's right, this guy. Dad Solo eventually agrees to take them to Alderaan, but not before scamming Ben out of his life savings, then casually murdering a coworker. With genes like that, is it any wonder I turned to the dark side of the Force? After a quick road trip across the galaxy, Dad's like, "Please ensure that your seats and tray tables are secured in the upright position. Thanks for flying Air Solo, and welcome to Alderaan." Ben notices almost immediately the total lack of any kind of planet whatsoever, and after a bit of brainstorming, they realize what happened. A massive space station destroyed it with a powerful death ray. So Crazy Ben's like, "Space stations with death rays totally suck." And Dad's like, "You're not wrong, old man." And Ben's like, "No, they totally suck things toward them, with a tractor beam." And Dad's like, "Dude, that was a needlessly ambiguous phrase to use in such a dangerous situation." And Ben's like, "You make a good point." So anyway, they get sucked aboard the Death Star, and not in a good way. So after evading these stringently searching stormtroopers, who clearly feel that opening storage panels is way beyond their pay grade, Team Skywalker hacks into the computer and discovers that Princess Mom is being held captive. While these clowns decide to do some weird stormtrooper cosplay, Crazy Ben nopes it the hell away from them. So what happens next isn't exactly a great example of military strategy. Dad's master plan seems to be to shoot anything that moves with a blaster, and then shoot anything that doesn't. As for Uncle Luke, after apparently hitting puberty, he decides to make out with a Dianoga, and then remembering Crazy Ben's advice, makes out with his own sister. Yep, my family's not messed up at all. But despite all these random acts of violence and mild incest, they somehow actually manage to free Princess Mom. Arriving back at the Falcon, they score some ringside seats for the next event, the lamest lightsaber battle in all history. Geez, I wonder who's going to win. The geriatric Jedi with PTSD, or the most powerful Sith Lord ever to wield a lightsaber. What an absolute shocker. So thanks to the great Kenobi's disappearing act, our heroes, and I use that term very loosely, escape the Death Star. Back at the Rebel base, they analyze the stolen plans and make a shocking discovery. The Death Star is constructed almost entirely out of glow sticks. All they have to do is shoot the exhaust port, and the Empire's rave is over. Uncle Luke's like, "That's easy. It's just like shooting womp rats in the canyons back home." And everyone else is like, "Maybe we shouldn't be trusting the entire fate of the galaxy to a redneck who has a sword that lights up." So while Dad scurries away with his great big pile of cash, the rebels launch an attack on the Death Star. And when I say launch an attack, I really mean they repeatedly crash their fighters into its surface. As the battle rages on, things get worse for the rebels. They realize that their target systems are totally useless. Just as everything seems lost, Crazy Ben reaches out from beyond the grave. He's like, "You seem to be having trouble with your computer. Have you tried turning it off and on again?" So while Uncle Luke talks to the IT department, Vader shows up on his tail, and he's like, "Child support for 2 kids is really expensive. If only there was some way to reduce my payments." And then Dad shocks everyone by actually growing a spine and returning to fight. even if he does totally miss Vader's fighter. With Vader spinning out of control, Uncle Luke takes the shot. And the rest is history. After a quick change of clothes, Princess Mom is celebrating the untimely death of millions of stormtroopers by handing out medals. Dad somehow gets one for shooting that single Imperial fighter. Luke gets his for destroying the Death Star. And as for Chewbacca, he'll be waiting 30 years until they finally manage to pry it out of Princess Mom's cold dead hands. But that's another story.